New Adelan, capital city of the Inhuman Nation. The Queen of the Inhumans hosts the leader of the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. Storm of the X-Men brings forth newfound information to the Queen Medusa. The Terrigen Mist is harmful to all who carries the X gene. Some mutants die instantaneously, while others appear unaffected. Medusa genuinely shows her remorse. She reaches out to her sister, Crystal, who is on a peacekeeping mission for nations whose people are affected by the Terrigen Cloud. Crystal informs the Queen that there are two clouds over planet Earth. One is over the ocean, and it will not reach land for a couple of weeks, while the other cloud will reach Madrid in a matter of hours. Medusa gives Crystal a mission. Reach out to anyone who carries the X gene and keep them away from the Terrigen Cloud. Storm will send her best futurists onto this task. Forge created a machine that can detect mutants within the vicinity. He will be of help. Furthermore, Storm states that all the X-Men know about this threat, including Cyclops. Her words wound Medusa. The Queen of the Inhuman informs the Weather Goddess that the Inhumans have no quarrel with mutant kind. The Inhumans aim to have peaceful coexistence with everyone on this planet. Storm knows this now, but she wasn't so sure when she arrived. But unfortunately for Medusa, Storm is not the only mutant that needs convincing. Storm returns to the Blackbird with Forge and Iceman standing by. She gives her teammate the recap of her conversation with the Inhuman Nation. Forge is not convinced that the Inhumans will help. Meanwhile, everywhere around the world, every human, mutant, and Inhuman joins in unison for a message from the Renegade X-Man. With the help from Emma Frost and the Stafford sisters, Scott Summers is able to give the world a dire warning. There are two Terrigen Cloud in our atmosphere. The Inhumans would have you believe that it only affects their DNA and that it is benign to the rest of us. Yesterday, one of our own, Jamie Madrox, died from an exposure to the Terrigen Mist. There are two of these clouds moving around the world, bringing death wherever they go. The Inhumans release the toxic cloud into the very air you breathe. They don't care if you live or die. The Inhumans lie to all of you. But the X-Men will save you. Magic comes running towards Cyclops for answers, but she gets shut down by the man she follows and his second in command. Madrid. The Inhuman vessel manages to arrive first. Due to Cyclops' message, the people of Madrid are in a state of panic. Crystal orders her team to get down to the city and help with the relief efforts. Crystal has other plans. Crystal, along with the new Inhuman ISO, travels to the forefront of Madrid. The Terrigen Cloud approaches, but Crystal was assigned a mission to protect mutants from its effects. Crystal cannot evacuate every mutant on Madrid, so, with ISO's help, the Inhuman princess will move the cloud. The two Inhumans give it their all, but the Force will eventually overtake them. This act of heroism will kill them. But the Weather Goddess arrives in the nick of time. Storm unloads a fury of tornadoes that cut through the mist. Her demonstration of power over nature ensures that the cloud will bypass Madrid, ensuring every mutant's safety. Muir Island. More mutants arrive to bury the dead. Amongst them is Piotr Rasputin, the Colossus. He is there for Jamie Madrox, but he is also there for his sister. With Colossus at her side, Ilyana Rasputin marches into the research facility, demanding answers from Cyclops. Emma Frost is quick to dismiss the Rasputins, but Scott Summers is finally ready to talk. He informs the X-Men that he will not sit by and let the Inhumans commit genocide. He has a plan. Cyclops reached out to his mutant allies. Powerful mutants agree with his statement, and they now prepare for an eventual war. Back on Madrid, Crystal and ISO joins their team on the ground. It is chaos down here. People are panicked. The situation appears to be impossible to control. Storm has deployed her team to help with the panicked civilians, but even that might not be good enough. Crystal concocts a plan that requires the newest Inhuman. She radios Daisuke and orders him to use his powers to calm everyone down. The new human is concerned. He's only been an Inhuman for a few days, and if he is to use his powers, the X-Men will be caught in his wake. Crystal doesn't have time to find Storm amongst the chaos. She made an executive decision to release Daisuke's power. Storm will have to understand. Elsewhere, Emma Frost reaches out to a mutant ally for the upcoming war. She tells her contact that the Inhumans and the mutants cannot coexist. The X-Men try to help, but the Inhumans responded with an attack. Storm and her team have been taken out. The mutants have to act before it is too late. And they need you, Eric. The Master of Magnetism replies,
You know me, Emma. I'm always happy to help.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comic Island. My name is Joey and thank you so much for checking out our coverage of the Death of X issue 2. Issue 1 was really entertaining and issue 2 did not disappoint either. This time, the issue focuses more on Crystal and her team as they try to save Madrid and the mutants on land. Her quick thinking to use the new Inhumans power to calm everyone down is quite clever, but by doing so, she put the X-Men into a trance as well. I love how Cyclops and his team will use this as another catalyst to start a war with the Inhumans, but the question on my mind is, how will Storm react? Being in a leadership role, I assume Storm could let it pass because it had to be done in order to save lives, but for this to be truly an Inhumans versus X-Men story, Storm will have to side with Cyclops and his beliefs. So this begs another question, how many popular A-list mutants would join Cyclops' crusade? We know Beast left the X-Men in bad terms, and we know he stays with the Inhumans after this event, but how about the other popular mutants? Magic seems to be questioning her loyalty, so maybe she will be on neutral grounds. But what about the Inhumans? Medusa says that she wants peace, but she is willing to win a war to get it. This is probably the best line in this whole issue. Black Bolt is brought in as a cameo, so he will probably be coming back when all hell breaks loose. Even though Crystal plays a more central role in this issue, it was Cyclops' entire statement that won it for me. Yes, he is very much an anti-hero, and he made tensions even worse, but that statement was too cool. I couldn't read Cyclops' entire message, so I recommend that you pick up this issue for yourself. Okay, next thing I love about this issue is the fact that it addresses why mutants were never affected by the Terrigen Cloud before. The two sides still don't exactly know why, but Storm and Beast believes it's because the Terrigen mixed with Earth's atmosphere, and I can get behind this. There was also a quick scene during Cyclops' message to the world where the Stafford sisters were shocked about seeing something during the big telepathy projection. Emma gets very defensive, going as far as to threaten the girls if they dare talk about it. So this throws another wild card into the mix. What did the Stafford sisters see? And is this why we don't see the Stafford sisters after the 8-month gap? Finally, at the end, Magneto shows himself. There can't be a mutant-centered story where mutants are endangered without the master of magnetism. I do find it odd that they're portraying him as being totally evil. I see Magneto as being one of the good guys now, and this story is making Scott Summers into an antagonist. We don't need another one. But then there's the other side of me that wants Magneto from the Brotherhood of Evil back. I can only imagine how irate he will be knowing that the Inhuman Terrigen Mist is killing his people. But then we know that he will survive to play a central role for the X-Men during the Inhumans vs. X-Men storyline coming this December, so we know he won't be in any real form of danger. Alrighty guys, so what do you think about this issue? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for checking out our coverage of the Death of X issue 2. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in another Comic Island video.